Hi friends, this is Loli. Let's jump right into DIY number 1. This is a wall hanging. The theme today is Buffalo Check. First, we will take this metal sign from the Dollar Tree. I remove it from this packaging, and using some of this chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree, I gave the frame there 2 full coats. Once that was completed, I took some of this vinyl from the Dollar Tree, also Buffalo Check. I measured the amount that I needed and used the little squares to guide me when cutting the piece. I slowly remove one area of the Buffalo Check and make sure that I squared it to one of the corners. Once everything was even, I slowly removed the back end and spread the vinyl across the metal part of the sign. Make sure for this area that you use a squeegee so you keep removing the bubbles of the bottom of the vinyl before pressing it down to avoid trying to remove as many bubbles in the end. I used a card here. I didn't have my Cricut burnisher to do this, but we can use a card, smooth out all the surface. And then I took my X-Acto knife and cut all the excess vinyl using the crease there as a guide. Actually, the vinyl was easy to tuck under, so that made this thing a lot easier. Once you have a sharp object, you can take it right off without any issues. Just go ahead and flatten all those areas there where we made the cut and make sure that everything is tucked in and neatly pressed down. Take off any excess bubbles as best as we can, and now we will be attaching this beaded pumpkin we got at the Dollar Tree. This is a new product. I was very excited to find it. First, I remove the hanging, the jute cord there, and I'm gonna put it to the side because I'll be using it for this project as well. Now I will be attaching, actually no, first I'm going to change a little bit the look of the stem. I did like that look, but I wanted it to look more rusty, so I added a coat of my antique wax so it would look more like rusted metal. Okay, just went ahead and make sure that everything was straight, so this piece will lie very flat for me to stick it onto the surface. For this, I use this gel hot glue I also got from Dollar Tree, and I place it on the areas where the beaded pumpkin will hit the surface of this sign there, making sure that the beads stay straight so the glue stayed in its place. I position it down and pressed it down. I had to hold it for a little while there since I was not using any hot glue, just the gel glue there, and that takes a little bit long to dry sometimes. While that's sitting there and drying, I took some of this maple leaves from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be attaching it at the base of the stem there for my pumpkin. Once again, I'm just using the glue there from the hot glue. I mean, not the hot glue, the gel glue from super glue. So if you use this, use a couple more dots of hot glue as well, so that way this will speed up your process. At that time, I didn't have my hot glue to be able to do that. I went with the yellow there because I really like how it contrasts against the black and white. So I laid 2 of those pieces of the white maple leaves on there, and then I took that white sunflower bunch from the Dollar Tree. I removed one of the leaves that came with it, removed the plastic off of the back, and then laid it all down and top layered together with the maple leaves. I just wanted to create a little bit more contrast using the green as well. Just make sure that you're really careful when you put your fingers through this so you don't get hot glue, super glue all over your fingers. Then I attached that bow. That bow came originally from that beaded pumpkin, so I'm just reusing it. And I'm going to top it off with one of these sunflowers from the same bunch that I took that leaves from. And this just gives it the perfect contrast. So I just added it with a little bit more of that hot glue. Press it down at the center of that bow right there. Give it a second to dry. And now it's time to prepare for the hanger. So I took the same, apparently not. I'm gonna add first this sign, which I could have done at the end, but I used one of the packets of the metal signs from the Harvest or the Fall collection from DollarTree. I used the one that said Harvest. Just, pressing the hot glue in the places where the sign hits the beads. Once that was situated and dried, I took the cord that I took off from the beaded pumpkin, and I'm gonna use it for a hanger. So I put 2 knots on each end of the cord. Once I was done doing that, I flipped over the side there and attached it with some hot glue. This time I was able to find a hot glue gun. I was able to get one, so this made it a lot easier to hang that on there. Once that dries, you are done. So I really like this one. I love the contrast of it. And if you can see, here is a team of buffalo check, and this is the second DIY we will be creating this little house with the little wood pumpkin. So for that, we use this little chalkboard house from DollarTree. First, I stained the wood or the MDF with some of this Waverly chalk paint from Walmart. Make sure to do every angle, even the inside of it. And once I was done painting all the angles, just make sure to wipe off any area in which I got a little bit of wax out of, because we are now be painting the inside of it. We're gonna leave it the same color. Now I am going to go ahead and work with the pieces that I'm putting on it. First, I started using this pumpkin color from Waverly. I went over and diluted it with some white acrylic paint from Apple Barrel from Walmart. And I kept adding the white until I was happy with the shade of orange that I wanted. I wanted a very muted orange, very subtle. This color is very popular this year. I really love it. The more, the light orange and the light green, the turquoise. So I used this pink color for the pumpkin. I just gave it one coat. I wanted to have the grain of the wood still show through. So I didn't want to give it two full pumpkins, two full layers of paint to the pumpkin. While that was drying, I took one of the wood pieces from this set from the DollarTree as well. And I took my Lagoon paint from Waverly. And I diluted it with some of the moss color from Waverly and with some white as well. I was trying to go for that aqua color. And since I was away, I did not have my usual paint selection with me. So I improvised with the best colors I could get to get to the colors that I wanted for my decor this year. And there you go. I'm adding the moss color, mixing everything up. This is a lot of fun. Sometimes you just don't know what exactly you're gonna get. You envision a different color in your mind, but you end up with a different one. I was like, oh, that's a little bit too green. I added some more white, and we arrived to the color that it was, I was going for. So now we'll be painting the give thanks sign or a little wood piece from the packet I showed you earlier. And I wanted something that was whitewashed, so I'm just gonna give this one little coat only. And before this dries, I will be adding some white to it. So I took some white and dry brushed it over the wet paint to create a more of a white wash finished, but that was also kind of blended with the blue. So this is how I achieved that look. While that dries, I am gonna go ahead and paint a stem on my pumpkin since it's already dry, and I use my antique wax to do that. So everything is dry now. We will be using the remainder of the buffalo check vinyl from the previous project to put a strip onto my pumpkin here. You can show that it's all even. I eyeballed it there. Eyeballed it. And then I did a little slits on the end so it will easily contour to the curves of the pumpkin there. Okay, once that was all done, I wanted this to lay pretty raised up, so I took these cubes from the DollarTree and I attached them to the back of the pumpkin using some hot glue. And just checking things from measure there, and we are gonna go over and make a little bow for the pumpkin. I just went with some of this jute cord from DollarTree. I just wrapped it around my hand a couple times, then removed it from my fingers, holding it in the middle in a bow shape, and then took another piece of jute cord and tied it in the middle, and then put a little dot of glue and remove the excess jute and cut my little tails there to the desired length. Now we will be attaching oh, you know what, I forgot to put these little indents when I painted the pumpkin. So as soon I was like, this is looking different, something is not right, I realized I did this. I did not put my little grooves to give my pumpkin some definition and a more of a 3D look. So please do this part before you put your strip. It just makes it a lot easier to make sure that your lines are seamless instead of trying to figure out how to, do the proper contour there. All right, so once I was done with that, I am attaching the pumpkin to the house now, adding some hot glue to the little wood cubes there, and now I'm attaching my bow to the pumpkin. This is dry now, so we will be finishing off by adding that sign there to the little two areas where they touch the house. And there we go. This DIY is complete. Let's move right over to DIY number 3. This is another simple but an easy project using DollarTree products. First, I used this little sign that just came out this week from DollarTree, and these new faux leather sayings, also new this year. I added hot glue to some areas, and I added some gel super glue to others. I will recommend putting the super glue first and then the hot glue, since the hot glue dries a lot quicker. Then I took some more of these maple leaves that I used for my bunch I got from the DollarTree. I clipped 2 pieces. Here I wanted more of a yellow orangey look to it. I attached them together like that to form a little kind of like a swatch. First, I took some hot glue, attached them together the way that I wanted them to be. And then I took some more hot glue and attached the 2 leaves to the buffalo check sign there. Here, guys, you should use some of the hot glue. Sorry, not some of the gel super glue as well to ensure more security. So here I am using I'm gonna be using 3 of these flowers along each other, and it's completed. This is the final project, and here they all are, all completed. I love them all. They are so cute, and I love the theme. I hope you like it too. Look at that, look at that. I am so proud of myself for those. Thank you so much as always, guys, for being here with me, spending time with me. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to send me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.